Today I'm going to be unboxing the U.S. General 5-drawer industrial roller cart. This cart is from Harbor Freight, and it lists for $189. A lot of times it's on sale with coupons for $169. This particular model, this particular SKU is 95272. They have 2 or 3 different SKU numbers for this different one. Some of the other toolboxes I've purchased have had the SKU numbers can make a difference in the quality of the unit itself. Sometimes while they look the same, some of the construction, they're generally the same as far as their weight and everything goes. But sometimes some of the assembly looks a little bit lacking in some of the other SKU numbers, so you might just pay attention to that. That might have just been the occurrence that I had for the 44-inch drawer toolboxes that I recently purchased from Harbor Freight. This unit's pretty heavy. It's 62.5 kilograms of net weight, so looks like about 7 kilograms for the box itself. It's packed pretty good. This one actually was damaged. Either had a pallet sitting on it or had forks from a fork truck ran over it. But I looked at the unit before I brought it out of the store to make sure. But it's packaged very well. It's in a double box, so we should be able to slide this cover off pretty easy. This particular unit, I already have one of these. This particular unit I want to use for all of my welding supplies and gear. As I work in my shop, I want to be able to pull out all of my supplies for my welding and my plasma table all together and just have it as a grouping. It's packaged really well. And again, with the coupon, this was $169 and some change plus tax. This is a lid. Maybe put a protective cover on it. Keep it from getting scratched up. They've done a good job on the packing. Got keys for it. The drawers have latches. They have ball bearings, nice steel rollers. Everything's real solid, good construction. Not the thickest of metal, but for general shop use, I would actually even take this thing into a commercial shop for the money. I mean, comparable unit's going to cost hundreds of dollars more. And you take that extra money and buy some high, quality tools to go in this unit. The handle. I also purchased for this unit the folding side tray that goes out on the side here, and this unit, it fits out here on the side. This is on sale right now. You can catch it on sale for about $25. It's a pretty good addition. It gives you a place to set some smaller tools and things, and it collapses down if you want it to. So I've looked at it pretty close in the store several times for my other unit, and I decided to go ahead and get this one for this unit and an additional one for my unit that I already have. The bottom of the unit is down here. This may prove to be a two-person job. It's very heavy, so if you don't have a lift or somebody to help. I was able to get the unit out of the base tray and got the door open. I actually took the casters out. That had a significant amount of weight. That's the box on top and a couple additional components, a little holder tray off to the side, and was able to get up on the bed of the truck and pull it out. Still probably best to be a two-person job or some type of lift, but I was actually able to get it done there. So far the packing's really good. It's got real nice heavy casters on it. Again, packaged very well. A lot of good packing material. Let's see. Just good solid construction. This is the bottom tray. Doesn't seem to be too flimsy. Once you get the legs bolted on, it's even sturdier. It's got tool tray liners. These are very thin, so this might be something you'd want to upgrade, but they seem sufficient on my other unit and work fine. Look at the casters. They just solid plastic, pretty heavy duty. Nice welded construction on the fixed casters. And then the swivel casters have a brake, nice brake on them. So you can set that or have it mobile. This box, again, everything's packed up really well. This is the handle for the lid. Quite a bit of screws that came with the unit, so a lot of wrenching. So some of these are self-locking and some of them are not. The caster box even had a extra piece of wood in it, so A+ on the packing job. This is the tray that goes on the side. That's pretty nice rigid construction. Looks like it's all just spot welded and painted. Folded edges, so there's no sharp corners to cut yourself on there. Sometimes that can be a problem on some cheaper toolboxes. Same deal on all the drawers. All the drawers are rolled down. The lid is rolled as well. So this lip is rolled down, adds strength obviously. Same thing on the lid. All rolled down. These are the legs. Just simple angle iron legs. You know, not I'd probably call that 14 gauge. Something like that. Didn't measure the thickness of it, but it's pretty good. I don't think it's as thin as 16 gauge, but it's pretty heavy duty. Not thicker than 14 gauge though, but strong enough for this particular application. And there's 4 legs there. Pull handle. Well made, welds look good on it. It's got stoppers in the end. Just off camera, I've got my other unit sitting there. These pieces are definitely like 16 gauge or 20 gauge. They're thinner than the legs, but they go inside here. So what you end up with is basically 3 layers in the corners. So it makes it very stiff. And these are the middle braces. They go right below the toolbox. And again, they're 14 gauge type. Pretty heavy. Can't really twist them. So good construction. That's all the pieces. So we're going to start and put it all together. I'm going to let the camera run while I do it and not bore you guys with the details. We'll do some speed assembly so you guys can see. If I hit any snags, pretty straightforward bolt together. If I hit any snags, I'll put some details in it as I go. One thing to pay attention to, just personally, is the casters. I like to have the nut on the inside and the bolt on the outside, less protrusion sticking out to get in the way. Okay guys, I got the casters on now. I had a RTFM moment. Actually put in 16 bolts and nuts from the actual assembly part for the upper part. So I had to take them all back out and put in the right ones. There's 2 bags of nuts and bolts there. Again, one of them has some washers and self-locking nuts, and the other bag has just the nuts with a lock washer built into the back, and the nuts themselves. And actually, the caster carriage bolts that go on the bottom of this had a little bit larger head. This is what should have been there. It's got a flat washer and a carriage bolt and a nut. And here's what I put in there. That's the other one. So again, an RTFM moment. So I had to take them back out. So I lost that time doing that, but converting them back went pretty fast. So now I'll go back to the assembly process and put them in. So here's the two different size heads. All right, so where I'm at right now is I basically got loose assembly done on the unit itself. I've got a couple more nuts and bolts to put in. So nothing's tight now, it's just all finger tight. But what I'm going to do now on the other side is I'm going to go ahead and take this out and put it on while I'm doing the assembly. So if you get this when you buy the unit, then obviously you can install it as you do your initial assembly. So now I've got most of it loose assembled, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to look and make sure everything's square and tighten everything up from the bottom up. I'm going to take a simple square and just use it to help align everything so that I know that it's pretty square. Not too critical as long as the drawers work, and the way the design is, this centerpiece is just kind of cradled in the middle anyway, so it's very forgiving with respect to the layout, but I'm just particular. All right, well that's it. Fully assembled. Really did most of the assembly with 13 millimeter 1/4 inch drive ratchet. I mean, that was 99% of it. I did have to get a crescent wrench involved so that I could hold the nuts on the back, the bolts on the back of the lift cylinders for the lid. And I used a screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, for 2 screws on the handle here. That's all. There was 2 screws on the back of that, and that's it. So the cylinders work really good. Opens up really nice, and all the drawers work well. Nice and quiet. Comes with 4 keys. That's a lot of keys, but I guess it's better to have too many than not enough. Of course, I never lock mine here in the shop, but if you had it on the job, you'd want to lock it up. So rolls around really well, functionality-wise, and the casters are easy to lock down. Once you lock it down, it stays pretty good. They click in place pretty good. I really like this added on piece, the shelf. It folds down out of the way really easy. So if I had only one thing I'd fault is it doesn't lock in place. If you bumped it like that, it could fall down. So that could be a problem. But for just simple holding tools and stuff, it's fine. Or if you wanted to make it, you could probably make a bracket or something that would lock it in place a little better. But it'll do for what I want to do with it. Took about an hour of time to get it all put together. I'll check the photo, you know, the video, and see how long it actually took to do all the assembly. The paint job's a nice powder coat finish on the unit itself. I'm sure if you guys didn't like the latches, you could disable that feature. It actually locks those when you lock the lid. Again, for the price, these are great additions to any garage, you know, your shop, because the ability to roll your tools around and get them out where you need them is really nice. Again, this is a Harbor Freight 5-drawer tool chest. I'll put a link to Harbor Freight in the video so you guys can take a look at the specs on it. I think this thing was packaged well enough that for you guys that are, you know, it would ship really well. So if you guys ordered this thing, it would ship. But again, it's almost 70 kilograms. It's pretty heavy, but it still should ship pretty good. Well, guys, that's about it for the Harbor Freight roll-around toolbox assembly. I like these toolboxes. They're very functional for my shop. I've got quite a few of these different types of Harbor Freight toolboxes. Been very happy with them. Really good for organizing storage for the money. My name's Mike Ray, and if you are enjoying my videos, please subscribe, and we will continue on with our other projects. We've got quite a few going on. and we'll see you next time. Thanks.